Hello Aries, this is Teresa from Tarot by T, and I'm getting ready to do your TarotScope for March. Welcome to March. And before I do that, I want to ring the bells and create some sacred space around this reading. Okay, and I want to say also thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for liking and commenting on the videos. It really, I'm glad to hear that some of these videos have been helpful to people. It's always good to hear feedback. So thank you. Keep it coming. I read every single one, and I appreciate you all. Okay, Aries, let's see what's going on. We just came out of a crazy month with 2 eclipses, so and Venus is going retrograde this month, so starting on the 4th. So we'll see how that affects your love life. Sometimes that can bring back people from the past. So let's see what Aries needs to know about love and life for the month of March. What's coming up for Aries for the month of March? What does Aries need to know? May only the highest forces be present to ensure that the truth be told. The 10 of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. The 9 of Wands. The King of Swords. The 8 of Swords. The Death card. Okay, I want to just adjust these things here. The 7 of Pentacles. The Page of Cups. The Ace of Wands. And the Tower. Okay, you've got some interesting energies at play in this reading. Let's see. So you have the present. You're starting the month off with the 10 of Pentacles, which is the Wealth card, and crossed by the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel that up until this point, you might have been involved with someone who has brought a lot of wealth to your life or a lot of security to your life. Because the 10 of Pentacles is it's not only just money, although it does mean money, financial support, it also means feeling safe. A feeling that someone is there for you, that you have someone that you could turn to in a crisis. And you have this Queen of Pentacles. So whether you're male or female, the Queen of Pentacles usually represents an earth sign. Usually Pentacles represent earth people. So this is someone who's down to earth, someone who knows how to make money, knows how to spend money, makes you feel secure. You know, you feel secure with this person. So it could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn that you've been involved with. And this person has been good for you financially. Now, it looks like in the past you've had this 9 of Wands energy and the King of Swords. The 9 of Wands is about standing up for what you believe in. It's about fighting for something. It's kind of like the energy of the 9 of Wands. It comes up to describe someone who's been struggling with something for a long time. So you've been struggling with something that's important to you, and you just feel like you're ready to give up. So it could be that you're struggling with this relationship, that you're not sure if it's ever going to, go to the next level, or you're struggling with some personal problem. It could be that maybe you've been afraid to speak up, or something that you once, some issue that you thought was over with. You might have struggled with something, came to some conclusion, thought, okay, it's over, we resolved this, but then it came back again. But this is in the past. So it usually means don't give up the fight, that even though things have been difficult, if you keep trying, you could reach some kind of agreement, or you can reach some kind of happy conclusion. In other cases, it can mean that you're not standing up for yourself enough, that you have to defend yourself against something, and maybe you're not speaking out when you should be speaking out. Maybe you're letting someone boss you around, or you're letting someone get their way all the time, and you're not speaking up. You're not defending your position enough. So it can work two ways. It can either mean that you're just about to win and you have to just keep trying, or you need to start speaking up more. So the King of Swords, I'm getting the feeling, King of Swords is someone who's trying to make a decision and trying to decide what's real from what's not real. So this could be part of the problem, that you're not sure what you should keep in your life. You're not sure what you should let go. You're not sure, you might be, this could be someone who's kind of judgmental, and maybe you feel like they're being really hard on you. Could be an authority figure. This is an energy that's influencing your situation. So because it's in the past, it doesn't even necessarily have to be someone who is in your life. It could be that childhood issues are affecting you in your current relationship. So if there was an authority figure that was really hard on you, really harsh, judgmental, not compassionate, just, a difficult person who was kind of like almost like a military sergeant, bossing you around, expecting you to do all these things, and you really had no say. Let's say you're a child and you have a parent that's treating you in a harsh way, and you have to do what they say, and you have no voice, as evidenced by the Nine of Wands. Like, no matter what you try to do, they're always blaming you for everything. So you're carrying that into adulthood, and you're allowing that energy to influence your current relationship. So it could be that whatever conflict you have experienced in the past with this person, the root of it and your response and the way you're dealing with it goes back to an earlier time where you had to deal with some authority figure. Maybe a father or a mother, or someone who you perceived, or even a boss, someone who you perceived as authority, and you had a problem with that. And so you're responding based on that carryover. I don't know if that makes sense. Rather than responding to the issue at hand. So it could be that you go over the top with something because it reminds you of something from the past. That's a hot spot for you. Because this energy, when I see the King of Swords, I always feel that I get like a harsh energy. Someone who is very opinionated and very stuck in what they believe in as right or wrong. No, this is right, that's wrong, and they're not willing to compromise. Now, this could also be you. In a recent situation, maybe you've been a little bit harsh, and you're not willing to see the truth, or you're just holding on to your belief, and you're not willing to compromise or see things from another person's perspective. Now, sometimes the King of Swords, though, the lesson in the King of Swords is to learn how to separate what's real from what's not real. Learn how to not get your emotions involved, but look at the facts. If you look at the facts, it might be easier for you to discern what to do. In any case, this person's he's facing the past. So I'm saying that I think that a lot of if you're having any problems in a relationship, it's because of things that have happened in the past with an authority figure. So you might have issues with authority. You might have problems with someone. When someone asks you to do something, it may feel like, oh, that's my parent asking me and I have to rebel. I can't, So it ties back to childhood. Coming up in the future, you have the Eight of Swords and then the Death card. So you're going to be having some changes. Now, the Death card does not mean death. So I would not worry about, anyone dying. The Eight of Swords, you've been feeling trapped in your life. You've been feeling that I can't move out of my situation. I don't know how to get out of my situation. I'm stuck. You feel like you're stuck in a rut. And really, it's not, for some of you, it could be that you're just afraid to move out of what you're, because here's the thing, you have this secure situation, but in some ways it's stifling you. And you're afraid to give up your security because you perceive this person as your security. If I get away from this person, am I going to be, is there going to be someone there for me? So a part of you is fear of giving up that secure situation. So that's what's holding you back from breaking free. Because the Eight of Swords is not really, even though you feel like you're in a prison or you feel like your options are limited, it's really more a perception than a reality. I mean, yes, it's true, you could have financial problems, you could have things that are preventing you from doing what you'd like to do, but there's always a way out if you really want it. It's just that you're not willing to look at it. See, the person is blindfolded. So they're not willing to look at way out. They're just wanting to sit in their situation and complain, or have this victim, feeling like a victim. Like, I just can't do anything about my problems. I'm stuck with this situation. I just know what to do. But things are going to be changing, because as I get to these cards, your whole world is going to be changing. The Death card is in the near future. So that means that something is coming to an end. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, some situation that has given you a lot of security, that has, because the 10 is usually the end of the line. When you start out with the Ace, that's the beginning of a situation. When you get to the 10, that's the end of the cycle. So if you've been experiencing this abundance and this sense of security, that could be ending. So one situation that made you feel really secure, could be a relationship. Here's this Queen of Pentacles. I think this situation is coming to an end, or your feeling of being trapped is coming to an end. And you're going to be released from something in March. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's negative, because what the Death card really means, it's one thing ends to prepare you for something else that begins. So it's kind of like you've played this cycle, you've gone through this cycle, you reach the end of the road in a situation, and now you have to go to the next cycle, move to the next level. So whether that could mean several things. It could mean you end a relationship that wasn't working, that you really weren't happy with, even though it gave you a lot of security. Or you end a situation and you take this relationship to the next level, where if you were just dating, maybe now you want to commit. So it could go, whatever it is, it's changing the structure of your relationship. It's changing the condition or the situation. So it's one thing is ending, a new thing is beginning. And it's going to be major change, because you have the Tower here. So, and you also have this Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning, which I'm going to get to. So here you are, but with the Death card, let me finish with the Death card. The Death is a clearing out. It's like, okay, what do I need to release in my life so that I can have spring? So I could bring in some fresh air, some fresh energy. What do I need to release that's within myself that's holding me back? It could be fears. It could be my attachment to the past. Maybe there was some relationships from the past that you never really resolved, with authority figures, with parents, something in childhood even, where you felt that you couldn't speak up, or you couldn't move because someone was restricting you, or you were afraid to communicate. You have to clear out that baggage. The Death card is about releasing baggage, dropping your baggage, clearing out what's no longer working. And with this Knight of King of Swords, it's also about evaluating your life to decide what to keep and what to get rid of. So it's like spring cleaning. I have to throw out some things. You don't want to throw everything out, So you really need to discern, what do I need, what do I keep, and what do I release? And as you can see from this card, and these cards have several meanings. That's why I'm describing different scenarios. He's got wheat here. He's trying to separate the wheat from the chaff. So, and that's what you have to do in a way in your life. What do I need to keep? What do I need to release? What childhood patterns do I need to let go of? Who do I need to forgive from the past? Maybe you've been holding on to stuff and it's like it no longer makes sense. You have to let it go. And it could be beliefs, it could be behaviors that are just interfering with your life. They're keeping you trapped. So it may not even be a relationship. It could be an attitude or a belief system. But it's affecting your relationships. So when the death comes up, it's actually an exciting card. It means transformation. It means I release whatever's been holding me back so that I can transform and get on a better path, or more productive path, a freer path. Because, don't forget, you have Mars in Aries right now. That's giving you a lot of energy. Now is the time to make changes. If you're thinking like, I really want to change my life, I really need something new, I want to make some improvements in my life, now's the time to do it. You've got the energy of Mars behind you. So here in the staff, you have the Seven of Pentacles. And this is in your negative. You're waiting to see, you may have planted some seeds and you're waiting to see what's going to happen. So maybe you've had some situation with a person in a relationship. And you're not really acting. You're just kind of waiting. Maybe you're waiting for them to contact you, or you're waiting to see what develops, what's coming up next. Maybe you're hoping to meet someone new if you've broken up with someone. And I feel that the person that you're with really cares about you. Here's the Page of Cups. This represents someone in your environment, and it could be a child. So the page can represent children like that really care about you and want to reconnect with you. It can represent a lover wanting to tell you how they feel, because the page is a message. If it doesn't represent a child, it can represent a message of love. It could also mean that you've met someone new and it's at the very beginning stages of the relationship, and you're at that tender stage where you're just kind of wondering, do they like me? Do I like them? How do I feel about them? So I think there's new energy coming in March, and there could be a new relationship. If you've broken up with someone, or if one relationship is ending, there could be something new on the wings. It could also mean that a creative project. So you could be offered an opportunity to get involved in something that's creative, that really, like a new career opportunity, because you have the Ace of Wands here. So you have this Ace of Wands in your wish fulfillment. And this is also a time card which represents March, April, May. So there's going to be some new opportunity coming up in the next 3 months that you might do something creative, or you might get involved in something new, whether it's a relationship, could be a new relationship, and you're feeling this tenderness, this new love, or a new way of loving. This could also represent that the person you're involved with is very sensitive, and you have to handle them with kid gloves. Aries has a tendency to be very abrupt and very direct and outspoken. And you can't deal with that person in that way. This person's very sensitive. You almost have to kind of tone it down when you talk to them, because they get their feelings hurt very easily. So you could be dealing with someone like that, that's very sensitive. It could even be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And even if it's not the sign, it's the energy of the card, which is someone who's very creative, very imaginative, very intuitive, but extremely sensitive. So maybe their feelings are hurt. They have tender feelings. They get hurt very easily, and they have tender feelings. And they could want to communicate. I think they care about you. Maybe they're afraid to tell you. They're afraid of rejection. But you really need to, you have an opportunity to sit down and talk. If you care about this person, you have an opportunity to sit down and talk to them. And you need to share your emotions. You need to let go of the harshness. If you've been not really tapping into your heart, but existing in your head, you need to get into your heart if you want to preserve the relationship. Here you have the Ace of Wands, which is definitely a new beginning. So if you can clear out the baggage as represented by the Death card, if you have, you can release yourself from the rut that you've been in and really create a new beginning. And then you have this Tower here. The Tower, some people see the Tower and they go, oh my God, the Tower. Because the Tower means destruction. It means breaking down whatever is false in your life. So if you are existing in a relationship that you really don't care for the person, you're just kind of existing in it because it gives you certain things. It makes you feel secure. It's like, yeah, it's not the greatest relationship in the world, but it's better than nothing. Or it's good for right now. Like, this isn't Miss or Mr. Right. He's Mr. Right now. Or she's Miss Right now. That's going to come apart. Because the Tower doesn't want you living a fake life. The Tower wants you to live with passion and authenticity. So when the Tower comes up, it means the time is ripe for you to destroy whatever is not really serving you, not speaking to who you really are. So if something is just not working and you've been trying to hold it together, that could break up right now. You could be, especially with Mars and Aries, you're chomping at the bit for change. And you have Uranus in Aries, and Mars and Uranus are coming together. Actually, they just did with the last eclipse at the end of February. So when that happens, that's a volatile energy. That's like a rocket. That's like, okay, here's my rocket, and I've got a match. Mars is the match, and Uranus is like the can of fuel, gasoline. And when you light, you know what happens when you light, put a match next to gasoline. I mean, it's going to explode. And that's the Tower. Things are going to blow up. If something is false in your life, it's going to blow up. So, but that's okay, because what it's really doing, the Tower never takes away something that you need. If the Tower takes something away, it means you've been holding on too long to it. And you need you need something fresh in your life. You need to get on a different path. So it will clear out. It's like a storm. It's like a big storm that comes through and it clears all the leaves out. And the only thing that's left is what really needs to be there, and then you can build on that. So it's gonna break down whatever needs to go. You can meet it halfway, because you're in Aries, you have courage. If you want to meet it halfway, start getting rid of things. Say, you know what, I don't really need this. I'm tired of doing this, the same old, same old. I want something new. I'm gonna, take the initiative. And then you won't feel, and I don't think you're going to feel it as a loss. It could be exciting. The Tower can be exciting. For an Aries, you're probably one of the few signs where the Tower can be exciting, because it's breaking things up. It's like the earthquake, the adrenaline, and you love that rush of adrenaline when it comes with change, because it's exciting and it's new, and that's the energy that's coming in. So you might be releasing something that has made you feel safe and embarking on something new, like where you're just shaking things up. Sometimes the Tower can also mean you have a blow to your ego. Maybe you thought this person was going to be around forever, and suddenly they're just like, you know what, I've had enough of this, and I'm out of here. So, because the Tower usually brings secrets or information to the surface. It's like a wake-up call. So for some of you, you might be waking up like, hey, you know what? I've been ignoring this person, or I haven't been paying attention to this relationship, and now it's coming apart at the seams. So I need to do something. So if you value the relationship and you want it to work out, then you need to take action and, jump in and try to help fix it. And the way you can do that is through communicating your feelings and your love, and considering the other person and considering their feelings. If you're in a situation where, oh, I'm just tired of this relationship, I don't really care anyway, I'm not really that committed, I'm not really that into this person, and I'm just hanging out with her or him because I've got nowhere else to go and they're paying the bills or whatever, that's going to fall apart so that you could find something that's, you might be meeting someone that's more of a better match. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of change in March where you release things that aren't working are going to fall to the wayside. But then you have this new energy coming in that's going to lead you to a better path. But in the meantime, it's going to be very, it's like it's rocking your world. But when the dust settles, you're going to find that you're going to be much happier because you're going to be on a path that fits you better, that's more fulfilling. So this is my message for March, Aries. And if you celebrate St. Patty's Day, happy St. Patty's Day. That's coming up in March. And, with these two eclipses that we had in February, it was a time of clearing out so that we can start bringing some new energy, some more authentic energy. Because that, Mars and Uranus, that's like, those are the agents of change. And they're in Aries, they're in your sign. I mean, your Venus is in Aries, Mars is in Aries, Uranus is in Aries, Chiron is, Chiron, Chiron is in Aries. So it's a time of healing, and it's a time of taking chances in love. Venus in Aries. Venus is not comfortable in Aries, but the way I see it is you have to have the courage to speak from the heart. You have to have the courage to express your love, to go after what you want when Venus is in Aries. And, nobody has to tell an Aries about courage because they were born with it flowing through their veins. So that you feel the fear, but you do it anyway. And that's how you're going to save a relationship. But that's also how you're going to connect with someone new. So whether you want to save something that you think still has potential, or whether you want to let it go and start something new, it's going to change your life in a major way. Where after this is all over, you're going to feel like my whole life has been rebuilt. You're going to be in a new place and a better place. So that's my message for March, Aries. And I hope happy birthday also, because you're going to be starting to have, I think the end of March is when Aries starts into April. So if you're having a birthday at the end of the month, happy birthday. And I wish you luck and love and courage. So clean house and prepare for something new. Okay, Aries, I'll talk to you later. Thanks.